Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I am going to show you guys, so I've been inspired by someone to make a tab bound little journal. I've never made one before this, and that person that inspired me was T at Teresa H Creates. I will link her channel below. And it's been quite a while, like, I don't know. I say quite a while because I've watched a whole bunch of videos in between. So it was probably only a week ago, maybe two, that I was watching her create one. And then I also looked around at some other videos. And so Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, I will link both of the videos that inspired me, or with T is what she calls herself. I don't remember if it was 2 videos, so I will link something. I've really been enjoying watching T at Teresa H Creates. I found her recently and I don't remember how, but I've really been enjoying her channel, so definitely give her a watch. Okay, so hopefully I can explain this well. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. And I'm pretty sure what I understand is that you want an even number of pieces, but you don't have to. I think it's just if you want it to start and end with the same number of tabs. I think that's why they say to do an even number. Okay, so I don't want to do a whole lot of talking and stuff. I just want to get started. Okay, so if you're going to like do stitching, or if you're going to do decorating and all that kind of stuff, one of the things you have to think about is, what do you want to be covered up by or not want to be covered up by your tabs? And so I think I've planned it out okay. We're gonna see. And I am just going to, rather than try and explain, I'm just gonna do, and hopefully that will be the explanation. So I'm starting with, I'm gonna get that out of the way. I'm starting with 3 tabs. And so you need 12 sets. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, 12 sets. And so I have 6 sets of 3 tabs and 6 sets of 2 tabs, okay? And then you just want to, you have to make sure you give yourself space. So this is the 3, and then the 2 tabs, you know, it needs to have space so that things fit. I have done 1 inch by 2 inches. Okay, so we're just going to glue. We are just going to glue. And so when I was doing this, I had to keep on going back and forth to the video that I was watching to be reminded of what I was supposed to do. And I'm hoping that I've got this so that, you know, I can just keep on going. And maybe we can do this whole thing together, you know, and me not have to pause it a bunch of times or whatever. I haven't done any measuring as far as, you know, spacing things out, but you could definitely if you want to. Okay, so that's the start. And then you turn it over. And then you take your next one and you place it where you want it to kind of line up. Let me make sure I'm in camera well. Well and good, well or good. Okay. And then you take your set of 2 and you glue them here and here. Okay. I just filled this hoping I don't have to do a whole bunch of waiting, but I also don't want it to be all, you know, spouting out like it does. Oozing, the oozing that happens. So you just want to line it up, keep things kind of lined up. All right, and then you do this. You take this and you turn it over, okay? And you get it lined up where you want it to be. I want it so that there's pretty good. So then we're gonna take the 3 and glue those down. The first 3 that we started with. Okay, so now this goes like that. Okay, so then we have the 2. And now we're going to take this one and go with the 3 again. So I have done different sizes. You know, you can, maybe that's kind of a lot to start out with because you could run into some problems. And I confess, I've already done this once. I had to do one by myself to make sure I could figure it out, you know, before I show you guys. And I had some that were too small and it didn't work out as far as tabs go. It just didn't work out. And so I had to just get rid of that piece and move on. I added a bigger piece. And so then we go back and forth, it being 3s and then 2s. So the last one we did was 3s. And so this one is going to be the 2s. So we're going to glue those over like that. If you get confused, just lift and you'll see, oh, I just did the 3s. Because you kind of lose your spot every now and then. You can glue here like I'm doing, or you can glue on your actual, fabric. So if you saw my last video, and I have to admit that not very many people watched it, I was thinking I was going to be using tape for this. So I used some permanent inks and stamped on some Scotch tape that was craft colored. So now we have this and this and this, okay? So then we take our next one and just line it up again. So yeah, I was thinking I was going to do this with tape, and I realized that that wasn't going to be very secure. My tape was the kind that could tear. If you're using tape that's, was it cellophane? Is that what it's made out of? I don't know what it's made out of. It's plasticky tape, the clear tape. That is not easy to tear, so I think that would work. But the tape that I was going to think to use tears. That's just not probably how you want to create your journal. So I just took from a single one. That's fine. I know I have enough. So, okay, and then you just do this again. And so again, I just did the 2s, so now we're doing the 3s. And I'm not pushing down real hard on my pile, like when I'm doing it right now because I'm wanting it to not move as I'm gluing. But if you are kind of loose with it, I think it gives you more room in the little journal to be able to put stuff, But on the first one that I did, it was totally fine. And then another thing is, if you want to do stitching, it's really hard to take and put some whole thing in your sewing machine to stitch after you've already done your tabs. So you really have to plan this out. Let me clean the glue off of this real quick. And then here we go again. So we're going to do the 3. I think maybe I'll just do 1. I'm trying to go quick. So I was kind of, it's really weird how sometimes I get nervous about what I'm going to say in a video, and I'm nervous about it this time. And it's not because I have anything to say. I think maybe that's why I'm nervous. I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? And so this morning, as I was preparing to do my video, oh, another thing, speaking of preparing, I inked around everything. So I did that beforehand. So again, flip it over. And then we're doing the 2s. So yeah, I was like, what am I going to talk about? So I've done this before, and I don't remember if I've told you or not, but I brewed my coffee without any coffee in it this morning. And I was, I don't know, I didn't feel real good this morning. My stomach was bothering me or something. So I don't know if that's why. I don't know. Okay, so here's one that it's kind of not, it almost doesn't fit. And let me see here. Where am I? Yeah, so I'm wanting to, okay, so here's what I was thinking. I want things to be kind of up and down, but see, when that is going to end up with part of my tab up here showing. And I thought, oh, am I going to like that? Oh, and it took me a long time to decide what to do here, but I just did it anyway. And I was like, we'll figure it out. We'll see if I have to cut some, I have to cut some. So I'll show you once we get to that point how it turns out. Yeah, but anyway, so this morning I thought, well, I'll go and I'll make my coffee. And I had done some laundry yesterday, but I was naughty and didn't fold it. And so I was going to get that out of the dryer and go ahead and fold it. And by the time I was done, you know, with that, my coffee would be ready. So I'm nearly done folding my laundry, and I think, wait a minute. I didn't put any coffee in it. Isn't that ridiculous? Okay, so we're doing the 3s. Remember, and again, you get kind of confused sometimes. So lift it up and you're like, oh yeah, I just did the 2s. So now I'm doing the 3s. So I am going to put only glue right here for the top one. Now, if you're doing all the same size, of course, it's not going to matter so much. You're not going to have a problem where something's kind of hanging off a little bit. Okay. So when you open this one, there's space here. Honestly, it's not going to show. Totally not going to show. And then I want this one to kind of line up with, kind of be within the space of this tag page. I'm using Fabri-Tac or Fabrifix. I don't know which one it is. I think it's Fabri-Tac. But I have seen that people use the art glitter glue and it works fine. So anyway, yeah, so my coffee was just hot water this morning, so I had to start all over again with that. I'm feeling better though. I don't know what was wrong with me this morning. Like I don't know, I felt weird. Like, honestly, I felt like something was wrong. But I'm fine. So I'm going to be doing something kind of fun later on today, I think. I'm a little bit nervous about it. There's something called Be Bold for Jesus. It's a conference. And I have some friends who went to it last year and talked my husband into buying tickets for this year. So that starts today. And they're just, you know, well-known people, you know, who are going to be speakers. And so that'll be interesting. Why am I nervous about it? I don't know, but I'm nervous about it. Okay, this one's going to be up a bit. We're just going back and forth, back and forth. I don't know how far I want it up. Maybe I want it, I'm just going to go right there. So, we have VIP passes, and I guess that means, I don't know what that means. I'm like, does that mean I have to meet people? Because that makes me nervous. I'm not the type of person who's like, ooh, I want to meet a famous person, because honestly, I kind of don't care. Is that bad? I'm not a, ooh, famous people kind of person. People are people, in my opinion, and a lot of times famous people are not nice people, like they think a lot of themselves, I mean. And so, you know, I want to meet them about as much as they want to meet me. So I'm like, what does VIP mean? VIP pass mean? And so my husband's out of town right now. So today I'm going with the friend who went last year. And I don't think that they had VIP passes last year. So they can't tell me, you know, what that entails. Honestly, I'm hoping that it means I get a free bottle of water. Because what am I supposed to talk? I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I used to watch you in that show back in the 90s. That was cool. You know, what am I supposed to say? So probably would just like take the free bottle of water. Just me? I don't know. What do you guys, I mean, do you care about famous people? I just really don't. I really, really don't. I'm not somebody who like goes to concerts. Honestly, I don't like going to movies, and I watch TV, obviously. I watch movies at home, but I don't know. I'm not into all that kind of stuff. And I definitely don't like famous people in politics. That bothers me to no end. I don't like politicians in politics either, because if you think about it, these people are like supposed to represent us, but they are living so far outside of everyday life that they don't know what it's like to be us. And they're supposed to be the ones, you know, like taking care of us and making decisions for us. It's all, to me, just doesn't make sense, you know? So anyway, when actors who they make millions and millions of dollars and are like, well, I know what's best for you people. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, when's the last time you cleaned a toilet? Don't talk to me about that. So, what else was I going to talk about? Fun stuff. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. So, now I'm doing the twos. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. It's a weekend thing. We'll see. There's a concert. I actually I was trying to listen to like the positive, what is it called? Like Positive Life Radio or whatever. Like Christian music. And it's okay. But I like, you know how people are, you know, you're drawn to the sound of certain types of music, and the Christian music is all kind of a certain sound, and I'm not really drawn to that kind of music. So I found it kind of uninspiring, even though the words are good and stuff like that. I don't necessarily like, I don't know what you would call it, the sound. I like old country, and I mean like, I'm not really fond of 40s, but I like, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s country music, and, you know, Christian music doesn't sound like that. So I don't know. I found it kind of hard to listen to, but the message is good a lot of times. That was not bad. So why am I saying that? I don't know. I'm really scatterbrained, and I'm sorry about that. Again, just very nervous today. Did Did I do that right? So the tomorrow evening is a concert. We the Kingdom, is that what the band is called? I don't remember. I looked at the schedule this morning and I know it has Kingdom in the name. And I don't know that I want to stay for that. I'm not a concert type of a person because they're very loud. And so, I don't know. I doubt it. I might stay and hear a song. But there's a big long dinner break before the concert. And I kind of feel like I'm just going to go home at that point. Rather than, you know, because it's an all-day event. So, anyway. I think it's called We the Kingdom. All right, so this is the very last one. Hopefully this isn't taking too long. And obviously, if you're still here right now, me saying to fast forward is kind of silly. And I feel like it's turning out wrong. It is. How did I do it wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, I don't need these. Right? So you don't need that many. Okay, so I don't need this. Pull that off. Ignore that. Forget that. So if you have your Fabri-Tac, it hasn't dried yet, you can just rub it off. It will kind of just ball up and go away. Perfect. No harm, no foul. See? You didn't see that. It was all good. It was all good. You don't put any on the last one. You just do this and do the glue. Gotta make sure. Also, if you are going to ink, you want to ink before, obviously. You want to just have everything all prepped up for yourself. Okay. There. So that's what the edge looks like. So we started with 3 and ended with 3. And now it is, this one was actually 1. It was an envelope that I cut open, but you know, so like there's no tabs in between here because this is just one long piece. There we go. So pretty easy. Definitely check out the videos that I have linked below for inspiration and maybe even better information than what I gave you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.